walking slow. Yes, you're overdue. Aren't you glad to meet me?
Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Idypat. Just in case this is the first time watching my videos, you're welcome. So in today's video, as the title says, I'll be talking to you guys about how I gained self-confidence in med school. I think last week I made a poll on Instagram on what you guys would like to see, more of med school or more of natural hair, and about 56% of you guys chose natural hair and the rest said I should do videos about med school. So today I'm going to be talking about something that I battled with for the past 3 years in med school. Just in case you're wondering, I am currently a 5th year medical student. I school and live currently here in Ukraine, in Europe, and I'm Nigerian. So anyway, say hi if you're Nigerian in the comment section. So self-confidence, I have actually battled with a low self-confidence for the past 3 years in med school, from my first year to my 3rd year. So this is something that I really struggled with. I found it really hard to express myself in class, especially when the teacher asks questions. Most times I would study and study and study, and then I get to class, and when I'm being asked the question, I might know the answer, but I am not sure if when I say the answer it's gonna be correct. I am actually scared that if I say the answer out, people around me are gonna laugh at me if the answer is not correct, etc, etc. I was always so scared of so many things. And if you're in my school, or probably if your school is like mine, out of 100%, 10% of your class assessment or your result or your mark is as a result of your written or an objective test, kind of test, like you're writing the answers down. 90% or about 95% of your class mark or your assessment or your result is as a result of a verbal interaction, an oral interaction with your teacher. You have to answer orally in med school here in Ukraine. Let me not speak for the entire Ukraine. In my school, that is just the system. You just have to speak orally. You have to answer orally. The teacher would ask you a question and you would answer with your mouth. You're not going to write it down. So this is like something that I found really hard. When I'm with my friends outside of class, I can talk, I can jump, I can argue, I can say a lot of things, but once I'm in front of the teacher, it's like someone just super glued my mouth. And most times if I'm in like the midst of my classmates, we're having a class, and then the teacher asks a question, even though the question wasn't my question and I know the answer, and the teacher asks who knows the answer, I would just, murmur the word, and probably the person sitting beside me would be like, I did just say it out, you know it. But I'm just like, like I'm not sure, because I remember there was this time in my 1st or 2nd year, I said out the answer. I'm gonna tell you, I was 100% sure of the answer. No one can tell me the answer is wrong. And when the teacher asked, I said it. And sometimes, again, it depends on the teacher. Some teachers could make you feel a little bit comfortable if you're not right. Some teachers will be like, oh no, I get where you're coming from, but that is not what I'm looking for. But this particular teacher, when I answered the question, she just did like this. Any other idea? I was just like, oh my god, like I felt really embarrassed. And if anyone around me giggles or laughs, what is that? Or the person laugh, is it laugh or laughs? What the hell, I've forgotten English. But anyways, if anyone giggles around me, and I don't care if you're giggling at me or what happened, or probably you just saw something on your phone, I would definitely feel bad that you're laughing at me and all of that. And that alone made me so scared to answer a question in class. And as a result of this, my class mark, my class score was coming down each year as I was progressing from my 2nd year to my 3rd year. I really wasn't getting the best grade as compared to the amount of hours I put in to study. So I am just here to share with you guys 3 tips on how I overcame this fear. And I actually didn't know. I'm in my 5th year, and it's been 1 month and a couple of weeks in 5th year, and I have used these 3 tips, and they have been really helpful. Like, I'm not saying I am a straight A student or I am totally 100% smart, but at least I have been able to overcome my fears. And at least when the teacher grades me, I feel okay with what you're giving me. That I feel like you're grading me based on the fact that I read something and I came to class and I expressed myself, and you're grading me in a very fair manner, as compared to before, when I always feel like my teachers were kind of biased. Whenever they grade me, I feel I don't deserve that mark. So going over to the very first tip. Now, the very first tip, or the very first thing that I actually did, was to surround myself with people that are kind of like-minded like me, and people that are like more of my friends, not strangers. Because take for instance, if I'm in class and I answer a question and the question is not, or the answer I gave wasn't correct, I would like feel kind of like bad. Sometimes my friend would be like, oh, don't worry, it's okay. Or sometimes we'll both laugh at ourselves that we thought that was the answer but that was wrong, but at the end of the day we learned and we actually understood the topic. So don't sit down with someone that you feel intimidated by, or probably someone that you feel is a lot more smarter than you, and probably when you answer the question the person starts laughing, or anyone that would just make you feel bad for not knowing certain things, because we're all here to learn and you just can't know everything. So try to sit down with people that encourages you to do better. Sometimes when I say a particular answer and it's wrong, I don't feel ashamed, because the people around me will just like laugh, or they'll just be like, oh yeah, true, I actually thought that was the same answer, but anyways, I failed it and it's okay. Don't surround yourself with people that would make you feel really terrible, because the more you hang out with these people, the more you would feel bad, and you won't even answer any question in class, or probably you won't be able to express yourself at all. Going over to the second point, which is something that I just realized in my 5th year. I wish I did this in my first, second, or third year, but anyways, you know what they say, better late than never. So this second tip is try sitting down close to the teacher. Now, if you actually struggle with self-confidence, or probably if you're the kind of person, if you're like me at first, whenever you know the answer, you just murmur the answer, no one can hear you, or someone else will pick up the answer and answer it and get a good grade, try sitting down close to the teacher. I don't know about other people, but I have a problem with sitting down in front, be it in church, any occasion. I am a backbencher. Like, I don't know, like, I am a backbencher. Like, I just can't sit in front. Not because like I can't see or anything, but I just feel kind of, I don't know, like there's just this thing about sitting down at the back at any event, in the classroom, in the lecture. There's just this good thing about sitting in the back. But I realized that most times when you sit in front, teachers thinks you're but I realized that most times when you're sitting down in front or close to the teacher feels you're kind of like serious. And even when you murmur this word, or probably this answer, the teacher would hear it, or probably the teacher would hear something and encourage you to speak up. So it has happened to me several times that I feel like I know the answer and I just the teacher's like, yeah, go on, go ahead, talk, I'm listening. And I'm just like, I'll just say that, and she's like, oh, that's correct. I'm like, so that is like the second trick that I realized. And really, I still do the backbencher, whatever, but most times or sometimes I try to, move forward a bit, which has really helped me. And the last but not the least, is the most important of all, is try doing an oral conversation with yourself during your study routine. Now, I do this a lot, and I remember in my 4th year I asked my psychology teacher if it's normal for me to speak to myself when I'm in the room alone, and I was told that it is okay so far as you're quite aware that you are not talking to someone, an imaginary person, and you're quite aware of the fact that you're alone in your room and you're speaking to yourself, then it's really okay. So do not feel like you're going crazy or you're getting psycho if while studying you tend to speak like you tend to do what's called a verbal revision. I think that's what it is. So for me, whenever I study, I do more of writing down the important points, and if it's something like maybe the mechanism of action or the drug interaction or the pathogenesis of a particular disease, I would definitely write it down, and I would try to explain it in my own words orally in my room. Maybe I could be talking to the wall or something. I know it sounds crazy, but I realized that whenever I do that, I would do it at least twice, like while doing my revision, and afterwards the next day in school, when my teacher asked me, the exact same way I said it in my room is the exact same way I would say it in class, and I would get my point. Or if you feel a little bit weird about it, you could always have a friend or meet a friend of yours before the class, and you can like discuss it and try to express yourself to your friend, and as such you'll be able to answer the questions verbally whenever your teacher asks you in class. Anyways, so these are like the 3 main key points on how I gained confidence in the classroom and how I was able to overcome the fear of answering questions, or overcome the fear of people laughing at me in the class, or the fear of answering a question and the question is wrong, etc, etc. But I'm hoping that this video was really helpful. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have the same problem that I did experience in my previous years in med school, or if you're a very confident person, you could share your tips and tricks with me. Anyone could learn from you in the comment section. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Out of you, time is ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue. Aren't you glad to meet me?